Right now, I'm 30 years old and I unrecovered the memories starting at age 26, right before I turned 27, but the very tail end of 26. After a year, I started unrepressing memories of Ramkoa abuse. Ramkoa is ritual abuse, mind control, organized abuse. So basically, I was child trafficked into a ring that practices what some people call like satanic ritual abuse, with the intended goal to try to split a child's brain into multiple alters or personalities so that then they can go in and create a personality that is designed to do whatever task or goal they want them to do. Um, Organized abuse for these being massive networks that are happening all over the world and globe, especially in the United States. And they're all interlinked. I was trafficked to officials and people within the LDS church, and I was trafficked to officials and politicians within the Utah government. The first memories I have are 2 or 3 years old, really, really young, of the incest, and it was around 2 or 3 as well that I started, probably closer to 3 that I started getting trafficked within the group, and that persisted as far as memories that I've had up until age 19.
How do you know your memories are true?
Mm. Before I unrepressed the memories of incest, like the repression memories that I had no idea existed, I had gone through several traumatic life events where I had had issues with PTSD. I went into therapy. I got diagnosed with delayed onset PTSD, which is basically you can go through a traumatic event and until you're out of survival mode, you don't super experience maybe the mass symptoms of PTSD, like flashbacks and um, anxiety attacks and things like that. So um, I was really familiar with what PTSD felt like in my body, and that was exactly how the repressed memories felt. They were PTSD attacks. It was like delayed onset PTSD attacks. And after I would go through the attack, sometimes during the attack I would see what was happening, or after the attack I would see what had happened, or I would just get weird somatic body feelings. There was not a lot of room for me to question that I was making it up, especially because so much of what I remembered were things that I literally would have never fathomed in a million years. There's also several kids that I know that grew up, within a 5 mile radius that were trafficked to the same group. Within the LDS church, there's been documentation that's been released, specifically the Glenn L. Pace memo, and that is details satanic ritual abuse, and that the people that they pulled for that study all of that data were literally right along the Wasatch Front, which is exactly where I grew up in Utah in the 90s. There's just like so many things that I literally could not make up, and that I could not put together with my own mind just because I'm having some sort of psychotic breakdown. It's been consistent, it's been persistent, it's very structured. So, I mean, obviously, will vary very much in the way that it comes forward, but it's very structured in the way that it feels like PTSD. It lives in my body. And there's lots of people that have talked about things like this. I don't want it to be real. You know what I mean? If I could invalidate it, if I could say, put me on a medication and have this go away, I would. But there's just so many things within my body, within my daily life, that I'm like, there's no way I'm making this up.
Are you glad you recovered your memories?
Yeah, yeah, I am really glad. I think it's been really hard. It's destroyed a lot of aspects of my life, but I would rather live in a reality. People look at me and they want to think that I'm delusional, like that I'm crazy. But in my mind, in my body, it feels like I've removed the delusion and I'm living in the reality of the life that I experienced. And I would much rather have the truth than live in some sort of like, what's comfortable. It would be much more damaging, I think, long term. And it's not like you don't carry the trauma with you. You can maybe disassociate from it, but that stuff still manifests. That stuff lives in your body regardless of if it's unrepressed or not. And I would rather have it unrepressed than not. The